Hey everybody, Robert with Archery here. So I want to take a moment and just say Merry Christmas. You'll probably be seeing this on Christmas Eve if you watch it the day that it's uploaded. So just wanted to be able to, throw that out there and wish everybody happy holidays. I want to say thanks for an amazing year. 2016 has been it's been a great experience for me, I guess the best way to put it. I've learned a lot, I've been able to see a lot, met some really cool people that I call friends within the industry and just archers themselves, and had a lot of fun doing these videos. So again, thank you for that, and want to talk about something that I found out today on my shots. I am a couple hundred or so shots in that I've been doing tonight, just shooting multiple Vegas rounds one after the other, and trying a whole bunch of different releases. So I've done anything from my 2-finger HT hinge, I've had the knob 2 it out, and I've had a 3-finger HT hinge as well. So I've had all 3 of those releases out tonight, shooting them in games, and just one at a time, solely focusing on them for one round or multiple rounds or however it was setting up, and really getting to know them and learning some different shot execution techniques. And I stumbled on 2 that work really well with a 3-finger release. So I wanted to be able to bring that to you and talk you through what I'm doing. Alright guys, so let's break down what I'm doing with the hinge release, the type of adjustments that I'm doing on it, and the way that I'm weighting my fingers, because that's going to make a really big difference on our shot and what we're doing. So the reason I stumbled upon this was just completely by accident. What I was doing was using this release as a backup for the 2-finger hinge that I have right now on speed changes. Leaving my regular 2-finger hinge set a certain way that I've been using a long time now to shoot, and then setting this one up with different, speed settings to have different weighting on the hand, different weighting on the fingers to see what it was going to work on target like. And I happened to stumble across this just by using with 3 fingers, just seeing what it was like shooting it with a little bit more slack and a little bit slower setting than what I normally do on a 2-finger release. And the way I have this set up right now is to draw, come back to full draw, and start to add a little bit of tension into the 2nd finger until it clicks. And at that point, this 3rd finger is just kind of there. It's not really any tension into the finger beds at all. It's just laying there on the release. And at that point, what I do is I just start to pull and relax. And as I'm pulling and relaxing, what it does is it drives this 3rd finger into that finger bed, and that helps leverage this release to rotate it to break my shot. Now that's working really good on 95% of my shots. Now on 5% of them, there's a little bit of a hang up on not being able to relax the index and relax the palm, so letting it stretch here at these base knuckles and let my hand come out. What that does is you relax as you pull, is it drives this hand down and it puts that 3rd finger into the finger bed. If I'm not able to do that, I have a backup method that I'll go to if I'm struggling. And basically it's set up the exact same way. So I draw, add a little bit of tension into that 2nd finger, relax that index just a little bit so everything balances out a little bit more. At this point, I've got 60-40 index to middle finger. And then what I'll do is I'll start adding tension from this into this 3rd finger. So I'll start increasing that tension off of what I'm using between the 1st and the index by pulling my finger, my ring finger, curling it down into the release as I'm pulling. And what that does is it takes having to worry about my index finger being relaxed and my palm stretching and relaxing out of the equation. So if you're hanging up on target and you're having problems with relaxing, especially in a tense situation, this is a very good method to use as a backup method. So what I'll do is I'll just start to curl that finger and pull and curl and pull until it breaks, and then my release will go off. So using both of those methods and timing this release to where it's still fast enough to where I have a lot of tension on that index finger, because that's the big key on this. You still want a lot of tension on that index, because you either want to relax off that index and let that hinge naturally want to rotate through its balance point on its own, or you want to be able to add this tension into the 3rd finger and have it rotated forward enough that while you're adding that tension in there, it's actually rotating the release and you're not fighting it, because everything is already set up and rotated all the way through so far that you're physically starting to squeeze the hand into into the fingers into your palm, or squeezing into a fist. You don't want to be all the way curled on these fingers to where you have nowhere to go and you're just starting to squeeze the hand like this. you want to have them out to where you have good flat connection with these finger beds here, with the mid part of the finger on that actual finger pad there, and you want to be able to just curl with your finger into that finger pad until that release breaks, or relax the index and pull with your hand flat on those finger beds until it breaks. Alright guys, so hopefully that tip is going to help you out, be able to shoot your releases a little bit easier and get some better shots on target. I want to remind everyone about the new subscription series that I'm doing with my YouTube channel. So it's going to be tips just like this, very in-depth, very detailed. It's going to be full out, everything you would see when I coached you, or everything that's going to be in my DVDs. So it's going to be a lot more in-depth and a lot more information than what was previously in my Tuesday tip of the weeks. This is going to be starting January 1st if I get enough people to do it. And that's why I wanted to remind everybody and let you all know that if you do want to do this, and this is something you want to take part in, head over to my website. I'll put the address for it right here in the video. I'm also going to put a link in the description below. Go to my subscription page for the YouTube channel and purchase that subscription. That'll send everything to me, and that'll let me know that you're wanting to have this service and you're wanting to do this. And that way I can start doing all these videos for you and have these start coming out in January 1st. For more information about this, I'm going to link a video here at the end of this one so you can see it and be able to hear my full plan on what I'm wanting to do with it. And if, for whatever reason, I don't get enough people involved in this that want to have this type of subscription, anyone that's paid for it at that point, then I'm going to just refund your money and send it directly back to you. So, let you have a heads up. Again, guys, I appreciate you watching these videos as I do with all of them, and I hope to see you soon.